So, have you ever really stopped to wonder what separates the people who are truly successful with money from, well, everyone else? Here's a secret. It's almost never what you think it is. It's not about being a genius or having a massive salary or knowing some secret stock tip. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the behavioral blueprint that can literally reshape your financial future. And it all kicks off with one simple but really powerful question. Think about that for a second. This is the big paradox in personal finance. And honestly, it's a puzzle that keeps a lot of really smart people from building any real wealth. We see it all the time, right? Brilliant, high-income professionals, doctors with just mountains of debt, lawyers living paycheck to paycheck, and they're just struggling. But then you hear these amazing stories about people with totally ordinary jobs, janitors, secretaries, who quietly build these multi-million-dollar fortunes. How on earth is that possible? Well, the answer has nothing to do with intelligence or income, and getting your head around that is the very first step to real financial freedom. And with that, welcome to Radical Finance. Look, if that paradox I just mentioned, if that hits home for you, if you've ever had that feeling like you should be so much further ahead with your money, but you just can't figure out why you're not, you are in exactly the right place. Our mission here isn't to just throw more boring charts and financial trivia at you. Nope. It's to give you the actionable blueprints you actually need to take control of your money for good. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to go on a little journey together. First, we'll dig deep into that millionaire janitor paradox and see what it can really teach us. Then, we're going to expose this really dangerous pitfall called the financial knowledge trap. It keeps so many people just spinning their wheels. After that, we are going to reveal the single most important factor that accounts for a whopping 80% of your success. Then we'll look at why relying on willpower is a losing game and how building systems is how you win. And then the best part? We'll walk you step by step through how to design your very first system. Okay, let's get right into it. This millionaire janitor paradox, it's a story that plays out in real life all the time. And when you really understand the two people at the heart of it, the genius and the saver, you start to see the first huge clue to building wealth. It's not about who you are, it's about the process you follow. This slide just lays it all out, plain and simple, okay? Look at the left column. The genius. They've got the high income, right? The fancy degree, all the stuff you think you need for success. They cook up these super complex, intricate strategies, trying to time the market, chasing the latest hot stock. But here's the fatal flaw. Every decision is driven by emotion. They panic sell when the market gets scary, and they buy out of greed when things feel a little too good. Now look at the right, the saver. They've got a normal, average income. Their strategy? It's almost boringly simple. Automatically save and invest a piece of every single paycheck into something like a low-cost index fund. The key difference? Their actions are system-driven. They've yanked emotion right out of the equation. The big takeaway here is that the result, who wins and who loses, it's not decided by how much you make or how smart you are. It's decided by your process. And that leads us straight into this huge myth in the world of money. It's this powerful trap that so many smart, ambitious people fall right into without even knowing it. We call it the financial knowledge trap, and it's the reason why that whole shelf of finance books you've read might not be doing a single thing for your bank account. Man, this quote just hits hard, doesn't it? It's that feeling you spend your whole weekend learning about asset allocation, you build the world's most beautiful budget spreadsheet, and then nothing really changes. You still find yourself ordering that expensive takeout on a Tuesday or pushing off your retirement contribution for later. You become a complete master of theory, but you're still a total beginner in practice. This gap, this space between knowing and doing, that's where financial dreams go to die. And it's so frustrating because it tricks you into thinking the solution is just to learn even more. Seriously, let's be real for a second. If you have ever felt that frustrating gap between knowing exactly what you should do with your money and what you actually end up doing, do me a favor and hit that like button right now. Think of it as a virtual show of hands. It lets us know we're on the right track, and more importantly, it helps the algorithm show this explainer to other people who are stuck in that exact same trap. Trust me, you are not alone in this. So if learning more isn't the answer, then what is? We've looked at the paradox, we've put a name to the problem, the knowledge trap. So now we get to the good stuff. The solution. This is the big reveal, you guys. This is the one thing that will determine the vast, vast majority of your financial success, way more than anything else. The secret to building real, lasting wealth. It isn't about knowing every single financial term. It isn't about being able to predict the next market crash or find the next big thing before anyone else. And it's definitely not about some complex tax strategy. No, it is something so much more fundamental. something that is 100% within your control starting this very second. 80%. Let that sink in. According to all the research, this is how much of your long-term financial outcome is decided by this one single factor. Think about what that means. It's not your salary, it's not the specific investments you pick, it's not your IQ. 80% of your results, they come from just one place. So, what is it? It all comes down to your financial behavior. And let's be really clear about what that means. This isn't just about random stuff you do. It's about the consistent, deliberate, and, this is the key, automated actions you take with your money. Consistent means you do it again and again. Deliberate means you're doing it on purpose. And automated means it happens whether you're thinking about it or not. It's what you do when you're feeling scared or greedy or just plain bored. Your behavior is the engine of your wealth. All that knowledge is just the map. Your behavior is the fuel in the tank. Okay, so that's a huge piece of the puzzle. If behavior is the answer, then the next question is obvious. How do we guarantee we have good behavior, right? I mean, most of us are just taught to try harder, use more discipline, flex that willpower. But honestly, relying on willpower is a total recipe for failure. There is a much, much better way to do this. Okay, here is the fundamental problem. Our brains are just not wired for the modern financial world. We have these ancient, hardwired impulses that are just terrible for long-term success. Fear is that little voice screaming at you to sell everything when the market dips a tiny bit. Greed is the one that convinces you to dump all your money into some crazy fad right at its peak. Impatience makes you ditch a solid plan just because it isn't making you rich overnight. And overconfidence, well, that's the one that tricks you into thinking you're smarter than everybody else. Trying to fight these powerful forces with willpower alone is like trying to hold back the ocean with a tiny bucket. You might win for a minute, but eventually that tide is going to roll right over you. Just look at the difference here. On the one hand, you have willpower. It's like a muscle, it's finite, it gets tired, and it's super unreliable. And it always, always fails you when you're stressed or tired, which is exactly when you need it the most. It takes constant effort. But systems are the complete opposite. They are your secret weapon. They are consistent and automated, and they actually work best when you're under stress because they take the emotional, impulsive part of you out of the picture. A system is a decision you make one time when you're calm and rational that then works for you forever. It protects your future self from your present self. It's the ultimate set it and forget it solution. All right, enough theory, let's make this real. This is your actionable takeaway. This is the part of the explainer that can actually change your life if you put it to work. We are going to walk you through how to design your very first financial system right now. Okay, the starting point is super simple. It's just honest self-awareness. What is one recurring thing you do with money, one habit that you know is holding you back? And be really specific. Maybe it's that daily $7 coffee. Maybe it's scrolling on Amazon after a long day that always ends with a package at your door. Maybe it's signing up for free trials and then, whoops, always forgetting to cancel. Don't judge yourself. Just pick one thing. Okay, here is the simple 4-step playbook. Step 1, identify the habit. We just did that. Let's say it's impulse shopping online when you feel stressed. Step 2, isolate the trigger. What causes it? The feeling of stress right after work. Step 3, automate a new action. This is where you build the system. You could create a simple if-then rule. If I feel stressed after work, then I will immediately go for a walk. Or even better, you can automate a positive money action that's totally separate from the trigger. You could set up an automatic transfer of $20 from your checking to your savings account every single weekday at 5 p.m. Step 4, replace. The new system just runs. The urge to shop might still be there, but the productive thing, that savings transfer, has already happened without you lifting a finger. The system won, you won. Now this is where you come in. And I'm serious, I really want to hear from you. We can all learn from each other. So what's a money habit you've struggled with? Or even better, what's a simple system you've built that has been a total game changer for you? Drop it in the comments below. Your idea for automating savings or a rule you have for big purchases might be the exact breakthrough that someone else needs to read today. Let's build a whole library of winning systems right here together. I love this quote because it just brings everything home. This whole thing, it is not a competition. You don't have to be smarter than the experts on TV or your neighbor with the new car. The only person you're competing with is the version of you from yesterday, the one who made decisions based on impulse. And your systems, they are the tools you use to automatically be more disciplined than that person. So let's just do a super quick recap of the blueprint we've built. We started with that paradox, realizing that just knowing stuff isn't the key. We identified the core problem as the knowledge trap, which keeps us learning but never doing. The big solution is to focus on your behavior, because that's 80% of the game. And the simple action you can take right now is to build automated systems that work for you, so you never have to rely on that flaky thing called willpower. And hey, if this blueprint gave you even one aha moment or unlocked a new way of thinking about your money, help us spread this message. Take half a second to like this explainer so more people can discover it. Make sure you're subscribed to Radical Finance for more breakdowns just like this one. And please, share this with just one person you know who might be stuck in that knowledge trap. This could be the exact blueprint they've been waiting for. I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. Your knowledge, your curiosity, that's what brought you here today. And that is an awesome first step. But we now know that knowledge alone is not going to get you to your goals. So the real question is, what system will you build starting today to get you there?